Hey y'all, I'm Christopher Markland. Thank you for joining me on this recap/review of episode 2 of season 2 of Ready to Love. It's a reality dating show, comes on every Saturday at 10 o'clock. And it's a reality dating show, goes through, it started out with 10 guys, 10 girls. They eliminated 2 last week, 1 guy, 1 girl. So now we have a total of 6, my math, we have a total of 18 left. I promise y'all I can do math, I promise y'all. So, as I said, this is a reality dating show. So you know that with every reality show, there's gonna be a lot of editing because the producers want a certain reaction, if you will. So this, you got to keep in mind that the show is heavily edited, so what you see, how they cut it, how they produce it in order to get the final product. So just keep that in mind, as we go through this. Also, I want y'all to know that even though, I may be speaking about a specific person and, it's not, once again, it's not about dogging them out and nothing like that. It's just about, what they're presenting and also how it affects us in dating. So we're going to dig in. This week, y'all, they dialed up the drama. And I'm telling you, last week was like real low key, but this week, they dialed it up something serious. I mean, they got in and, there was a lot of sparks flying, a lot of, just a lot of stuff. So this particular episode was a pretty interesting one. So, you know what? With all that being said and done, let's dig on in.
This is the day 2. You can't play no games. You got to step it up. So I switched up the swag already. I put on a nice little blazer and some nice designer shoes to show them, hey, I'm more than just a wooden bow tie.
Terrell, he kind of strikes me as an insecure dude. Like I said, I don't know the cat, so I can only go off of what we see on the show. And I understand it is a reality show that goes back to what I was saying as far as the editing, etc. But he just strikes me as that. And whenever I hear a dude talking about, yeah, I switched up my swag, or I got my designer this, or my Gucci that, or what I'm saying, it's just something about that just, it's no different than, for instance, last week with Christina. Remember we talked about that as far as, that's her thing, that she was an attorney. So that's what she led with. Obviously, you can tell that Terrell's thing is his his how he presents himself, how he dresses. He's a nice dresser, don't get me wrong, but it's more to it than that. And I think that with the format of the show, you got to come with it beyond, just the swag.
I'm trying to get through. I'm trying.
I'm not nervous. I've already got past all of that at the mixer. So now, only thing that's going through my mind is trying to get to know these women.
My eyes on you, so I'm kind of walking blind.
I see Tundi, and I see Tundi. I mean, it's on now. Heavenly Father, thank you for this food we're about to receive. Thank you for this journey. Bless us both that we find what we're here looking for, and we're ready to eat. Amen.
Amen.
All right, so last week when I first saw Mario, was watching him and how his interactions was, I honestly thought that this dude was, Aaron 2.0. Now, for y'all that watched last season, Aaron was a character. Well, he was a person on the show, and he was a character. I guess I had it right. He was a character. I mean, and as I was looking at Mario last week, I really thought that, man, I saw that what I thought were the same characteristics, that smooth, suave charm, that, the personality, that kind of thing, his whole demeanor, whatever. But as I, with this episode, as I'm, it started off the bat that, I'm saying, I stand corrected. I was, from what I'm seeing so far, the dude is actually genuine. Mario is a genuine dude. He is actually looking for love, and that's just his personality. You know what I'm saying? So you can't really knock him for that. And he really is feeling Tani from what I'm saying, from what I'm seeing. Because I mean, if you notice, the physical touch, where he's touching her, he's, especially when he took her hand and they prayed together, that kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? You could tell that he really is feeling Tani, and they really did make a connection in that moment. So, like I said, I stand corrected on so far on what I, thought I saw last week. And right now, you know what I'm saying? It looks like Mario is definitely feeling Tandi.
Really glad we're having this conversation. It's very attractive, I'll say that.
Yeah.
Your mind is. It's matching the outside.
Thank you.
So with Tandi and Mario, like with this episode, both of the guys and the ladies were able to dig in a lot deeper actually than just the physical. Last week, they just met. It was a bunch of literal strangers, 10 guys, 10 women in a space, a mixer, and they were mingling with each other. So it was a bunch of literal strangers. But in this episode, everyone was able to get to know each other a little bit deeper. Now, one thing I did notice, like I said, was that the couples they're already coupled up for the most part. The men, they have an idea as to who their first choice is, and the women as well have also made their decisions. Now, part of the process for the show is that people also date outside of the ones that they got their eyes on. But for the most part, you can tell that everybody has one particular person that they are interested in, maybe two. But for the most part, everybody is coupled up. But with Mario, you can tell that he's feeling her, like I said earlier, and also she's feeling him, because as they were eating breakfast and, he took her hand and they prayed over the meal, and they actually had a conversation, where she was able to dig in and ask him questions, and he was able to ask her questions, and based on the responses that they got, that made them feel each other even more. So this episode really allowed people to dig in and get to know more about the person that they have an interest in.
Listen, this is gonna sound so bad, but the things that make me feel good, right? That's they laugh
Stress
at me.
reliever.
It's stress reliever, feel good. Church, right? The shooting range, and a good nut. Well, that's me touching myself, right? Those are my stress relievers.
Whoa, okay, Reva, I feel you. You know what? I'm not mad at that, because shoot, for her, that's what she needs, whether it's church, shooting off a gun, or a good nut, or maybe a combination. I don't know. Maybe she needs all three at the same time. Who knows? To each his own. But it's one of those, hey, she knows who she is. She knows what she wants. And also, I applaud Kerry, because quite honestly, he could have used that as his invitation and maybe said something corny like, you know what, I'll have you shooting off your nut while you're screaming for Jesus Christ like you in church. That's how label all three together. But no, he didn't. Instead, he was like, okay, you can tell that he filed that away for a later date. But yeah, he didn't just jump all over that. He just like, real classy, real cool, real mature with it. So, that was real nice right there.
I'm seeing a couple women I'm already attracted to, like Divine and Alexis. Those were the only two I really saw myself possibly dating.
I'm gonna buy her. Tyrese, you got it.
I don't bite her. I don't worry about competition. I know what I bring to the table, so I don't worry about another guy. So you got like siblings?
No, only child.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, you probably spoiled and everything.
Nope.
Okay.
Mike, man, come on, man. You letting us bald-headed chocolate brothers that drive trucks, you letting us down, man. You supposed to be representing for us. But let's get serious for a second. One of the things that I've noticed with Mike, and to a lesser extent Terrell, but definitely with Mike, is that he is superficial. Now, I've said it, that this is men hunt. However, just like with any other hunt, you have to bring the ammo, your weaponry, to basically for what you're trying to take down. With that, what I'm saying is this: if you're hunting elephant, right, you're not gonna bring a damn deer rifle to go try and take down an elephant, because you shoot that thing at an elephant, what you're gonna do, you're gonna just piss it off. And that's the same with shooting your shot. If you're shooting your shot with, whether it's a man to a woman or a woman to a man, you're going to shoot with the ammo that you have. I mean, you are who you are, and if that's all you have, then that's all you have. So what we're seeing is he's trying to shoot with the only ammo that he has. And quite honestly, the only thing he's doing is pissing off the women that he's approaching.
First impression of Mike, I wasn't feeling it. Wasn't feeling it at all.
Are you girly?
I'm not girly.
Where are you from?
Kansas City.
Kansas? I don't look like that in Kansas.
I'm not a superficial girl. We're all here to be transparent and get to know everyone a little bit deeper. I am here, I am present, and he should have taken the opportunity to seize the moment.
You know what? With Alexis, she came to play. Not play around, but meaning put me in the game, coach. She came here with, real intentions. You could tell that she wasn't just there for, in order to get her clout up with, social media likes or whatever the case may be. From what I'm seeing, she is really, invested in the process. She's taking it seriously. And it's like, she wants, people to approach her on that level. Also, let's take a quick second. You notice that when the scene started, she was wearing my man London's hat. And that kind of let me know that, she likes tokens. Like what we were saying as far as Mario, he's that touch kind of person. He likes to make that physical contact. Whereas what I saw, or maybe, what I've noticed is that with Alexis, she likes little tokens. Now, y'all let me know. That's just what, what I picked up on, because, she had his hat on. She was touching him, that kind of thing. And also it kind of, you remember in the first episode where, what was it? Jimmy gave her the heart, and we're going to touch on that in a second as well. But y'all, let me know if if you agree with me. Let me know in the comment section below. We're going to talk about that as far as her tokens, what I think about it. But let me know what you think.
So,
What's up?
so tell me something about you.
What you want to know? I'm an open book.
So where are you from? First off.
Okay, I am from St. Louis, Missouri, Midwest.
STL.
I am a single mom,
Okay.
so I have no communication with my son's father whatsoever.
How does that
No
make you
child
feel?
support. Why'd you have to ask me that now?
Let's get into it. He said turn over some rocks. Let's turn over some rocks. How does that make you feel?
Brent, dude, man, I thought it was a therapy session for a second there instead of a date, because, he basically, I was expecting him to pull out his notepad and be like, so tell me how you feel. Because he definitely, he had that. Now here's the thing. He does have a real calming vibe about him. He's a real steady, low-key type. I wouldn't call it low-key, but definitely a real even type personality is what I gathered. So, with his personality, and then coupled that against Nina's personality. One thing about her, she is very emotional. We're gonna have a little cry count going on throughout the show, but she's very emotional. And also not just as far as tears or whatnot, but just a little bit of volatility as well. That's something I kind of saw from the first episode, but it definitely reared up in this one.
Me and Miss Divine had an awesome connection. I got a chance to gaze into her eyes, and she gazed into my eyes, and I got to share with her the awesome charm that I have.
There's a thin line between arrogance and confidence. Me personally, I am a Jamaican Aries, so Lord knows my arrogance level, if I let it, is up here. However, as I've gotten older, I've learned how to temper that. And also what I've learned is that, the louder the commercial, the cheaper the product. What that means is you don't have to walk in a room and say, hey, look at me. No, when you step in a room, it's kind of like a good cologne. You don't have to bathe in it. You hit it here or there, and guess what? It does the job. So one thing I've noticed about Terrell is like, oh, okay, we got you, good credit, and okay, but all of those things aren't you, they're a part of you. So he needs to speak, in my opinion, more to who he is, not about what he has or what he can bring to the table as far as credit and all that stuff. No, who are you? You're there to introduce yourself into these women's lives. So let them know who you are, what you're about, not swag, not, credit, just who you are as a person.
Just your walking presence alone, it draws people.
Is that right?
Yes. I was like, wow. Them two twins back there. Yes, your two twins. You got two twins.
I do not have two twins.
What you call them then?
Are you talking about my booty?
Yes.
Oh my God. Oh, hell no. Excuse me? Okay, I see you. That's what we're doing?
My boudoir was on, you know what I'm saying?
I don't see it.
Well, you kind of live with it every day.
I guess that's probably why I don't see it.
Yeah.
Your boudoir? Okay. I ain't gonna lie, I might use that. But that brunch was an opportunity to really get to know somebody, really to engage in a conversation. Okay, you may give her one compliment like, wow, you're really attractive, that's a nice body, nice figure, whatever the case may be. Pay the compliment, because honestly, she is an attractive woman. But then move past that. I mean, and on a level beyond the physical. The physical is there. It is what it is. You can see it, but get to know her beyond the body, beyond the hair, beyond the face, whatever. Get to know her. Take that opportunity. You had her one-on-one. Y'all are sitting there. Talk to her. Hey, what do you do? Whatever. Just whatever the case may be, but I don't know. Just talking about the twins. I don't know.
It's the end of the brunch, and I still have not talked to Brent. who I was feeling initially. So I'm just gonna take the wheel because he obviously need a driver sometimes. So hi, Brent. I didn't get to talk to you
Miss
today.
Aisha.
So how did you enjoy yourself yesterday?
It was
It was definitely overwhelming. You got any dates set up?
Not yet.
Really? Well, no, quit lying.
I haven't.
Well, I'm asking you on a date.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna do that. Let's do that.
I don't like the group settings. There's always someone who's coming in, trying to sit in and come to the conversation to try to butt you out. My way is being pursued by a man, so that way I don't feel like I'm trying to force anything. No, I'm not doing it.
I'm gonna let you two go ahead.
Okay.
Get your date then.
I am certain about what I want. I say what I want. I do what I want. I didn't care about what the other ladies had to say.
All right, that was a pretty awkward interchange between between Brent, Aisha, and Angie. I get it. This group dating dynamic thing is not the easiest, and quite honestly, it's not for everybody. I don't even think I'd be able to do it, but you know, it is what it is. But I didn't sign up for that. She did. So that's part of this process. You're gonna be competing with other women. So that means that if you have the opportunity to be with someone one-on-one, you take advantage of it. And quite honestly, I don't think Angie did take advantage of it, because if she did, Aisha wouldn't have been able to just slide on in there and be as, take the lead the way she did. Now, from what I can gather, I could be wrong on this. Y'all let me know if you agree in the comment section. But from what I could see, Brent is a real low-key dude, and for that, it may be that he likes a more assertive woman. Aisha definitely is assertive, because she's like, hey, let's go on a date. And, like it or love it, Angie, you could have done that. Now, if you want somebody to chase you and to pursue you and to ask you out, okay, that's her prerogative. But if you're going to be in this environment, if you have someone, if you're interested, you're going to have to speak up, or else you're going to get run over. And that's kind of sort of what happened in that particular thing, which is why Aisha sat down, she spoke, and Angie didn't. She got up and left.
If you snooze, you lose, So I'm like, no, I can't do it.
Aisha may have won that battle, but that remains to be seen if she actually won the war. Because based on Brent's body language, where he kind of hung his head and really didn't even make any eye contact with her. Now, I'm not sure whether he just wasn't attracted to her per se, or he just didn't like how things played out. But I don't think that he was necessarily feeling how everything went down. But we're going to keep watching and see what happens.
Let me ask you this. Why do men feel like you can have 5 years of cheating?
Hey, black men don't cheat. Black men don't cheat.
Don't cheat.
That's right.
No,
That's
you know
right.
why y'all don't cheat?
Why we don't?
Because y'all never told her y'all was in a relationship in the first place.
First of all, black men don't cheat. I am a member of the Faithful Male Society. Shout out to Terrell and, Jimmy and all of them for saying that, because, hey, we don't cheat a little bit. But anyway, one thing though about Terrell, once again, the whole credit and just all of that. But the difference between him and, let's say, Mike, or, Terrell is at least able to hold a conversation. He's able to open up. He's able to show who he is, where he comes from, why he's looking for love, what he's been through in the past. I mean, just, imagine as a man, you go through the steps to propose, you buy the ring, you go through all of that, and then you're not able to follow through. That is a powerful thing, and it can break you. It can change you. So shout out to him for getting back in there and looking for love. I mean, it's not easy. And like I said, with him actually being able to talk, to hold a conversation, to hold a woman's attention, not just, yeah, you look good, or, boudar, but, all of that, it's like, that is what this whole process, that is what dating is about.
Let me ask a question. Why were you late today?
I was handling business.
Or she might have been packing your heart away that you gave her earlier.
Just wanted you to know that, you got my heart now.
I'm gonna keep it right here.
Ooh, who knows about that?
I don't know. Wow, how does he know about the heart? That was something that I kind of kept to myself. Okay, hold on, I need to have a seat on that one. Hold on. But it tells me that Jimmy is talking, and I don't know how I feel about that.
Did you give anybody else a heart while you?
Oh, that's a better question.
What's this heart thing?
Yeah, that's all I did.
Oh, we giving hearts, are we? That's interesting because you only get one heart. So you're out here just giving away the one that you have?
It was a small token of my appreciation for just the energy that I was feeling. But can you handle it? That's the question.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it can be taken back as easily as it was given. I'm just saying.
It can give it back as well. Now I'm questioning the intent behind giving me the heart. You know, is this a genuine gesture, or did you do this to have bragging rights? At this point, I'm not so sure that I understand.
Did you bring it with you?
What? How does
It's in the garbage disposal. Right. I mean, Jimmy, if you're gift giving, then why didn't I get a heart? Are you feeling Alexis a little bit more than you're feeling me? I am not number 2, ever.
A great urban poet once said, real G's move in silence like lasagna. What that means is, shut the hell up. Jimmy talks too damn much, okay? He talks too much, and you see how the whole dynamic changed. And, you know, true enough, yeah, Terrell kind of put him on blast with like, yo, you know, what's up at the heart? But remember what I said earlier? I do believe that Alexis likes tokens. And for her, that heart gesture, it was meaningful. But now with him, telling the other fellas about it, and yeah, us dudes will talk. However, just because we talk doesn't mean that you gotta tell your business. You know, you don't have to let people know what moves you're making, what moves you have made, or what moves you plan on making in the future. You know what you're gonna do, move in silence, do what you gotta do. But with Jimmy, it's like he's just talking. And ladies, y'all let me know if I'm wrong, but us fellas will talk ourselves out of some twat. In other words, if the woman's feeling you and you just get to talking, and then next thing you know, she's like, you know what? Yeah, I'm good. Dude, Jimmy, shut up, okay? If you don't have to tell anybody, yeah, I gave Alexis a heart, blah. No, man, that's between you and her. And honestly, what you saw happen was he killed 2 birds with 1 stone. Basically, his mouth. Now you've got Kimber, who was feeling him. She was feeling him from the moment they met. Now all of a sudden she's like, okay, so who else did you give a heart to? I thought, you know, all of that. And then Alexis was like, you know what? I don't necessarily want to be with a dude that talks too damn much. So it was a lot that was opened up. And the reason it was opened up was because Jimmy opened his mouth. Be quiet, make your moves quietly, discreetly, and go about your business.
I like physical attraction first. To me, if you ain't physically attracted to somebody, I don't think it's gonna work. I don't be like, oh, she gotta be like this and that, man. I mean, I think you're beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah, you look good.
I don't think Mike is here looking for love.
You know what? You look good in a swimsuit, bikini.
You trying to get me in a swimsuit?
What's wrong with that?
You just can't base it solely on looks. It has to be a connection. And I'm gonna be chosen on my merit, not my looks. I wear granny swimsuits. I'm just letting you know right now. And I got back fat.
You work out too, don't you? What's wrong?
Well, guess it's game over for some folks. I'm done.
Mike is definitely caught up in the physical. I get it. Like I said, these are attractive women. However, they've been attractive their whole life, and as such, they've been approached by men their whole life. Now, we all know, men, like we talked about, shoot their shots differently. Some dudes have money, some dudes have prestige, some dudes have, their position. Some dudes like me, my thing is, my sense of humor, my personality. Every man has their thing, and that's what they use to shoot their shot. So you best believe that Divine has had plenty of dudes shoot their shot, but quite honestly, there's only so many. You're beautifuls. Oh my God, you're okay. Now what? Let's move on. And that's where Mike kept hitting a hurdle. He could not move on because he quite honestly couldn't carry a conversation. We saw that when he was trying to engage Alexis, and we saw that now when he was trying to engage Divine. He honestly, he just didn't have anything to say. Now, and then when he was saying, what he was talking about was wearing, I want to see you in a bikini, and oh no, man, you're there. You literally have this woman one-on-one. There are no other dudes that can come in and, interject and disrupt the conversation. It's just you and her over lunch. Take advantage of it. Take advantage of the fact that it's just you. Use that to get to know her. Use that to know what she likes, what she doesn't like. I don't know what you guys have in common, but instead, yeah, you cute, you attractive. Come on, man. You got to do better.
Thank you.
Give me those pretty hands with those pretty nails.
All right.
And I'm gonna bless this food.
Okay.
Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this food we're about to receive. Thank you for this union between Angie and I. Hopefully we can have a stronger chemistry and hearts filled with joy. Amen. The fact that Angie's not a religious person is not a deal breaker, but when she told me, it kind of drew me back a little bit because I never met anyone that was, well, I don't know if she's an atheist or not, because we never got into the conversation. She really didn't want to talk about it. I feel like there's some chemistry there.
Yeah.
But I feel like you kind of holding back on me, kind of. I don't know what it is.
You know, honestly, Mario, you get in the car out in the wintertime, you don't just, you got to let it warm up.
I understand.
Then you drive off.
Then you drive off.
You know what I mean?
Well, I don't know if that concludes, but hey.
Yeah, I guess we will see.
We'll see her.
Okay. Angie said that she doesn't like the group dynamic, the group setting. She'd rather have a, one-on-one conversation and someone pursuing her. Okay. Mario did that. They were literally one-on-one. They were together at lunch. There was nobody else that could come in, interrupt their flow, anything. However, she wasn't open, or not, to be clear, religion and politics. They say that those are the two conversations that, you got to be careful about in certain settings. But in this particular setting, the object of the show is to get to know someone, whether you connect on an emotional level, a spiritual level, or an intelligence level, an intellectual level. How do you connect? And the only way you can connect is to converse. Now, Mario, I don't think he was being too pushy in trying to get to know about her spiritual walk, if she even had one. I mean, he wasn't like, you what? No, he was like, hey, so go ahead and expand on that. Let me know, exactly what you mean. And even after the fact, he said, you know what, that wasn't a deal breaker. But what was a deal breaker was the fact that she really wasn't open and enough to talk about it. And in fact, she kind of shut it down. So it's like, yo, you say Angie, you want to be one-on-one and, but then when you have someone one-on-one, and it's not like she wasn't feeling the dude, because you remember in the first episode where they were sitting by the pool, there was a connection. So if you're feeling him, he's feeling you, y'all are together, but yet and still you're not open or, enough to engage in a conversation. Or if you're going to say, you know what, hey, we can talk about that later. Let's talk about something else. But no, she shut it down. And then she was like, I got to warm up. Okay. What do you think this conversation is about? It was just, I don't know, it's like she killed it before it really got started, and it kind of gave a glimpse into her personality. It was just something really odd about that interaction, and like I said, you kind of get a sense as to who she is.
So let's talk about who you feeling. Ooh,
Man, I'm feeling.
you gotta give it to me.
What's
going on?
I'm feeling the most right now on this trolley. It's Tandy.
Okay. Me?
Yeah, you.
Same here.
Same here? Okay, we got a connection.
Somebody caught my eye at the Mansion Mixer.
Let me ask you this then.
Yes.
Who are you feeling right now?
Mario.
Mario?
Chocolate milk dud, yes, lickable candy, right? I don't see myself as having any competition. What's for me is for me, and no one's gonna stop that.
Another reason why, I had to walk back what I was saying about, Mario being similar to Aaron was, here they were together. He had both women right in front of him, both Nina and Tandy. He could have easily said something slimy to make both women feel good. Because, think about it. Ashima, when she asked, so who are you feeling? He was specific. Hey, right here, where we are right now, I'm feeling Tandy. He could have said something like, yeah, Nina, I like both of these women. No, he specifically said who he liked, and he put it out there. Now, obviously, Nina, she is entitled to her reaction, and you could tell it hurt. And her emotions were raw at that time, and that's why stuff popped off the way it did.
Now listen, y'all didn't hear this from me.
Uh-oh.
Hold on. He's feeling you. For real.
All right, good. Because they had lunch yesterday, so you know how men are.
I don't know, how you know we had lunch?
You shouldn't be dry stitching, though.
No, it's not dry stitching. It's not. So let's not get that misunderstood. Yeah, don't get that twisted. Flat the out.
Wow, Nina, it kind of just threw me off. Maybe she's feeling insecure because she's feeling like the guys are not really vibing with her. But that's not my damn fault, girl. Get a grip. Let me say something to you.
Like I
Don't
said,
curse at me.
there's no
Don't
dry
do
snitching
that.
over here. If you can be bold enough and open up your mouth and talk to me and say it ain't no dry snitching, I'm gonna talk to you however the I want to talk to you. Tondi, you can't call a black person a snitch and think that there is not going to be some repercussion.
Quiet as it's kept though, the real snitch in that whole interaction was Carrie. Man, Carrie, you had to put that man's business out there because, I mean, okay, we get it. Darren's feeling a shit, but you had to put it out there. And, but Nina's feelings were, Nina's emotions were raw. She was in her feelings, and Lord knows it didn't take much for her to be pushed over the edge. And Tondi, she was the right one, and she spoke up, and Lord knows they got into it from there.
Tondi, see, that's why I need you right here.
Yeah,
so
you
can
do,
focus
because
on me.
I'm nice and
Gangsters
don't
aboard.
don't say some then say that you
Baby,
Dad.
please come on.
Dad.
Now, I'm a little clatchet now. That's classy ratchet. But right now, I'm feeling like I'm about to get ratchet, and I don't want to do that in front of these nice, handsome men, honey. And I'm trying to keep it cute, and this is not helping, okay? Flat out.
I need you to stay focused on me.
I am focused on you.
Okay.
But at the same time.
No, ain't no same time. Just you and I. Just we in a bubble right now. Just you and I. I'm trying to get you to block that out.
But also at the same time, I need you to see that I'm
I do
very
see that. I do
no
see
nonsense.
that. I'm actually glad it happened because I see how you handle yourself. Watching that argument between Tondi and Nina, in my mind, it gave Tondi a plus and Nina a demerit. Tondi, she was acting more like a mature woman, so she really impressed me with that. So next time, we'll have a one-on-one. We'll get to know each other better.
All right.
All right? Cool with that?
Yes, I am.
You got me mixed up and faded. Walking on the line.
Come on, let's go.
What are you? Wow, huh?
Nina's reaction definitely didn't help her cause any when it came to Mario, if that's who she's really feeling, which she is. But what she did with the way she reacted, the whole situation, the whole blow up, what she did was she moved Mario further away, and then she moved Tondi even closer to where Mario now is. You notice he was like, hey, come on over here, Tondi. You should be sitting beside me, which didn't help the situation as far as how Nina was feeling. So the whole thing just basically moved Mario and Tondi closer together and Mario further from her.
Oh, shoot, wait a minute. What that smell like?
You smell like loyalty and honesty.
My dude, you said you smell like loyalty and honesty. Yo, ladies, like, get you a goofy dude, man. Yo, my man is silly as hell. I love that. Oh, I love that.
Y'all ain't talked all night. You haven't. You ain't talked all night.
Okay.
So can we squash it? We grown. That's just the bottom line. So if you got beef, I feel like, you should be able to squash it.
Chica, you better than me, man. Yeah, you got a good heart for trying to bring them together. And, obviously seeing Nina sitting there, alone, her energy was down. I really do appreciate him trying to bring her up, trying to bring the two ladies together, trying to squash it. But you better than me, because I would have left that alone, or at least, talk to them, pull her off to the side and talk to him, something like that. So, I appreciate the effort. Lord knows I do, because, they're all together. I'm sure, you start to develop a vibe, friendship, not friendships per se, that's a bit strong, but you start to, get a little kinship. But, I don't know. Like I said, I appreciate him doing it, but I probably would have left that one alone.
Hey, what is it gonna take for y'all to squash it?
But that's what we're talking now. Like, this not your process here. I've never talked
Nothing
to a
crazy, Joe.
the way that I talk
Nothing
to
crazy.
This is supposed to be about Nina and I. London and Chica weren't there. This is women's business.
But like we can do this without the men.
You didn't even set it up without the man. I was just trying to have him talk. That's all I was doing.
I say as women, we can hug it out. We don't need no man to jump in no women.
Up with y'all, so I'm not gonna get in the middle with you with nothing.
That's all I'm saying.
You tripping right now.
I'm not tripping. Then why you sitting here then?
I've been sitting here. You came to the conversation.
No.
You was over there with Darian. That's what you was doing.
Talking to.
Man, go
I
check
was
your
talking
dude.
to my
You
girl.
was not over here with us.
Well,
I'm not him. You You was sitting over there with him.
No,
you better
I was
check
not.
your mouth.
I was over there talking to Tandy.
You doing extra. You doing extra.
Ain't nobody being extra, boy. You don't even know what's going on.
I don't even get down like that, man.
God.
I will check the out your ass wherever we at.
Man, when I told y'all they dialed up the drama, this is what I was talking about. Now, don't get me wrong. Ashima, she did jump in. London jumped in doing silly stuff. Remember, he was playing with Tandy's hair or whatever. But, you know, at the end of the day, regardless of all that, Chica, you could see that my man's got a little temper to him. He's got that fire, and I feel him. I understand that. However, there's a time and a place, and Chica's the kind of dude that's like, oh, hey, it's gonna pop off right here. Let's do this. It's gonna pop off. So that's not necessarily a good thing. And he actually referenced that later in the show that, hey, you know what? You know, you got to be careful, but you are who you are, and if that's who he is, you know. I think a lot of the ladies took note, but that's who he is. I mean, he's what, 42, I think it is. So he is who he is, and I doubt very seriously if he's going to change. And who knows, maybe if he's with the right person, he may not change per se, but he may temper his temper. You know, he may just be able to control it a little bit more. So, that was very illustrative as far as who he is. And one thing that we're seeing as the show goes along, representatives can only show up for so long. Sooner or later, the real you is going to come up. That may be good, that may be bad, it may be corny as hell, it may be, you know, aggressive as hell, but you are who you are. And we're starting to see, and we're only in episode 2, so imagine as the show goes along, but we're starting to see people's representatives fall back and the real them move forward.
What's wrong? What's wrong, Mama?
My thought process has definitely changed on Terrell, just based on my observations.
Oh, okay.
That's what we doing?
Terrell.
Hey, what's good?
You're coordinating a little bit.
He's not giving me no energy, and I mean, hey, Angiology 101 is I like who like me.
If you're dating somebody, like we just talked about representatives, if you're dating somebody, you have to be likable. You know, I get it. You want to be pursued. Hell, we all want to be pursued. We all want somebody to want us. That's a great feeling. However, yes, men, we hunt. We see what we want. We go after it. We chase. We want to, you know, attack the prey. However, a lion, you know, I love talking about some lions. A lion is not just going to be like, you know what, let me go chase after that damn giraffe. No, that's not what they eat. And they know if they go and chase a giraffe, they go after what they eat. And a man is going to chase after what he sees is worthy prey. Now, I'm not trying to say that Angie is unworthy. Lord knows I'm not trying to say that. What I am trying to say is that if you want to be pursued, then make yourself worthy of the pursuit. You have to be, you know, we've seen, you know, the personalities. You have to be likable. And quite honestly, from, you know, and once again, this is, you know, reality show editing. She doesn't come across as likable. Is she attractive? Hell yeah. Is she likable? Yeah, that remains to be seen. And quite honestly, she's not coming off that way.
Terrell, the ladies have determined that you're ready to love. Mike, you have our deepest gratitude for participating in this process, brother. The right one for you just isn't here tonight. But I want to say thank you, brother.
All right, thank you.
Y'all give him a round of applause.
Mike was eliminated. I, you know, kind of saw it coming, but I really thought he would maybe, you know, get eliminated later down the line. I really thought it would be Terrell. But as I said earlier, the difference was Terrell was able to hold conversations. He was able to at least interact. And also, if you think about it, Mike didn't even, you know, usually when the person's eliminated, they have their own little segment where they talk about, you know, my experiences, blah, blah, blah. It was Divine that spoke about Mike. There was some times during the show that I got a vibe that Mike was kind of bored with it. I don't really know, but, you know, towards the end of the show, you kind of saw that because he was eliminated. He walked off. All right, he didn't really say much. He left. And then after the fact, Divine, like I said, she was the one that spoke about Mike and his lack of conversation, his being caught up in the superficial, and that's why he wasn't on the show. So that was kind of telling in that moment.
So being at the bottom, it's brutal.
The men have determined that Nina, you're ready to love. Thank you so much. The right one is just not here for you tonight.
I'm shocked, but I believe that I did everything the way that I should have. I mean, I was myself. I never showed a representative. You know, I definitely feel hopeful about love finding me in the future.
I'm really digging the format of this show. Like I said earlier, I love the fact that, you know, the way the show is done now compared to last season, you definitely have to come with your A game. That doesn't mean that, you know, you can rip your shirt off and, you know, show your six pack. No. You have to come with your personality game. You have to come with your conversation game. You have to come with your, with who you are, your representatives, you know, who you really are. And the way the show is set up, it's forcing all of the contestants to do that. You know, it's like you can't necessarily just you have to show up fully and completely and be able to articulate who you are, what you believe, how you feel, etc. And we've seen that from the people who have been eliminated so far, they weren't able to do that. Now, with that being said, I believe that, now this is my personal prediction, I believe that it's going to be Jimmy and Nina that get eliminated next week. But hey, y'all let me know what you think in the comment section. Also, throughout each episode that comes up, I do live tweet. So check me out on my, follow me on Twitter and comment with me. Let me know if you agree with the mess I'm saying, because I be talking some stuff on there, but let me know what you think. Just follow me on Twitter. And like I said, during the show, I will be live tweeting. Also, every week I will drop a recap/review video just like this one. So please make sure you share this with a friend. Make sure you like this particular video and subscribe to my channel. Like I said, I do this every week. So make sure you subscribe. Make sure that you hit that bell notification so whenever I do drop a new video, because not only do I do, you know, these recap videos for Ready to Love, but every Monday I do Markland Mondays. It's a Facebook Live conversation. So make sure if you want to, follow me on Facebook, author Christopher Markland. And every week I do a different conversation. Every Monday, 8 p.m., we have a different conversation where we talk about some aspect of dating, whether it's long distance love, whatever the case may be. Every Monday it's a different topic, different conversation. So follow me. But what I do with those Markland Mondays conversations is I do post them on my YouTube channel. So like I said, make sure you subscribe, make sure you hit that bell notification so you do get notified every time I release a new video. And as always, hey, I appreciate y'all. I really thank you for watching this video, and I will see y'all next week. Have a great one, y'all. Thanks.